Look how amazing this mug is. I came, I saw, I made it awkward. If that doesn't describe me, I don't know what other mug could. Hey guys, it's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with another coffee chat video. So in these videos, we just meet up on my YouTube channel, we grab our coffee, and we just sit and chat about things that are on our mind. Last time we kind of talked about a lot. That was a long video. I will link that up above and in the description box below. I'm also going to throw all these videos into a playlist in case you ever just want to share them all or watch them all at one time. I'm going to do a coffee chat with you guys every single month. I put a poll on my Instagram story and asked what you guys want to talk about for this round of our coffee chat, and the results were overwhelmingly yes, talk about this one topic in particular, which is technically two topics. So today I want to chat with you guys about accomplishment dysmorphia and the idea of curated imperfection. So let's start with accomplishment dysmorphia. So you've probably heard of body dysmorphia before. It's a term mentioned a lot when talking about people who suffer from eating disorders. So I'm going to quickly read the exact definition of dysmorphia. So dysmorphia is a noun and it means a deformity or abnormality in the shape or size of a specified part of the body. So muscle dysmorphia, leg dysmorphia, nail dysmorphia, you get what I'm saying. So basically, when you have body dysmorphia, you are perceiving a part of your body to be more deformed or abnormal than it actually is in real life. And I was thinking, I think the first time I heard this term, accomplishment dysmorphia, was in a video that I watched Natural85 do. She's wildly successful, has just launched a hair care line. Her channel has over 1 million subscribers. Her Instagram has hundreds of thousands of followers. She's a great content creator. Hearing her talk about how sometimes she kind of diminishes her own accomplishments really made me start to think about the way that I talk about my own achievements, or better yet, the way that I don't talk about my own achievements. I'm always saying everyone should celebrate themselves, and I really believe that we should, but I don't know if I've figured out how to celebrate myself yet. I'm definitely proud of a lot of the things that I've done. Like, I'm proud of my YouTube channel, I'm proud of this video series, I'm proud of my blog, but I definitely do downplay the things that I do all the time. I think a lot of people who create content online have this problem where we really cannot see how great our accomplishments are, and we downplay them to anyone who will listen, basically. Even people who are like, I only have 500 Instagram followers, or I only have 200 subscribers like I do. But think about it like this. If you came to your house and there were 200 strangers in your house waiting to hear your advice, your tips, your perspectives, that would be like, whoa, this is a lot of people in my house. So why is it that when we see that number over a subscriber count or a follower count, it somehow becomes like worthless to us? It's completely diminished. It's not good enough anymore. It makes no sense. We have to figure out a way to check that reality. The real danger, I think, comes in when we're not only devaluing that number to us, but we're then devaluing ourselves to others. So if you are going around saying, I only have 200 subscribers, and then you go to talk to a brand about working with them and they're like, well, you don't even think that highly of your following or your engagement. Why would we ever, one, pay you what you're worth or give you the opportunities you're after? I found this a lot too when my friends are now applying for different jobs. If you think, well, I've only ever worked in this kind of office, or I've only ever done this kind of project, you're already limiting yourself before you even know what the new opportunities are. And you go into these interviews and you have to sell yourself, and you're diminishing and downplaying everything you do because you have this bad accomplishment dysmorphia. You cannot see how much of an impact you've truly made in the things that you've done, and now you can't sell that to someone else. If you don't believe it, no one else is going to believe it, and that's just a fact of life. I've been thinking about this reality of accomplishment dysmorphia for a while now. Then I read this article that brought in another term that I thought really paired well with the concept of accomplishment dysmorphia, because I think it's a fact. I don't think it's like refutable. Everyone has it on some level. You look at the things that you've done, you see them as a certain way, you downplay them, they're lesser to you than they are to the tons of people who are watching and celebrating you anyway. But why is it that we find that we can't really talk about this? What is, especially because social media is supposed to be this place where we're sharing more, we're expressing ourselves more, there's room for everyone, but then the way that we talk about this idea of our accomplishment dysmorphia or our disappointments in ourselves what is a term that can kind of wrap up why we talk about it in the way and the framing that we do. And then I read this article and I was like, that's it. This article was specifically addressing, it was like a book review about this book by Rachel Harris, Girl Wash Your Face, which I haven't read, but I've heard mixed reviews about. But I want to read a part of this paragraph specifically where she talks about the idea of curated imperfection and what that is. The trouble with and the appeal of curated imperfection is the assumption that all imperfections lie in the past. They've supposedly been understood, integrated, and learned from in order to create a present that is blissfully free from earlier mistakes. That is the definition of Instagram.com. So we all are having these issues with celebrating ourselves, and it's because we feel like when we do overcome anything that we're dealing with, any rough judgment or harshness or disappointment in ourselves, we have to have them approached with this like wrapped up in a bow, perfectly presented, everything's fine now presentation that we can share with our fans and followers on Instagram or YouTube or any other social media. We are such a curated society that it's so hard for us to say, I'm having a hard time, hard stop. That's it. I haven't figured out the answer yet. I don't know when I'm going to get through this. I don't know how it's going to get better. And that doesn't mean that we can't be optimistic about our lives and we can't assume the best for ourselves, but it does mean that we have to give ourselves a little bit more grace with how we judge people who are sharing online, if that makes sense. I think that both of these topics could be unpacked in so many ways and could be a very long video, but I really want to talk about this with you guys in the comments. So for starters, tell me about a time that you think you've experienced accomplishment dysmorphia, a time where you have put yourself down or put your accomplishments down just because you see them as less than other people either see them, or that you now that you've stepped back know they already are. And then let's talk some more about the idea of curated imperfection, this concept that in order to have something wrong in your life, you have to have already solved it, figured it out, and added a filter to it to share that with the rest of the world, that you can't just come as you are, you have to come as your best self at all times. I know that these are going to be things that I'm looking for in myself more and more, that I'm checking myself on, especially as I share new content with you guys. Like, I've done this recently in a lot of my last Instagrams where it's like, you don't have to have this beautiful solution in every caption. Every hard day post doesn't have to start off with, I had a hard day, but now I took some time and I wrote 10 journal entries and I watched 10 YouTube videos and I recorded a TED Talk and now everything is okay now, I'm good, there's no more bad stuff. No, you can say, today was a crap day, tomorrow I hope is better, but right now I'm gonna go sit and sulk and be sad because I'm a human being and I owe myself that. That is fine. That is reality. It's life. I think that the most important thing that we need to take away from acknowledging both curated imperfection and accomplishment dysmorphia is that we have to be supportive of each other and we have to be there for one another. If you know that someone in your life has struggles with being able to positively talk about their accomplishments, help to lend them some language so that the next time that they have to talk about themselves, they can reach back to those tools that you gave them, and hopefully it kind of like becomes part of their own. So if you know that someone is an amazing writer and every time you see them they call themselves an okay writer, don't tell the person they're talking to, tell them directly. Like, impart that into them so that it can start to absorb and really take root in them and become a part of their narrative. So no, you're not an okay writer, you're a great writer. In fact, you won 2 awards in the last 2 years for your writing, or you've been giving an opportunity to write for so many people and places because how good you are at your skill. And you'd be surprised at how that simple gesture can change the entire course of the way that someone speaks about themselves. Also, if you are a content creator, a blogger, a YouTuber, anything, or even just a person who likes to post things online, remember that it doesn't always have to be this idea of curated imperfection. It's okay to not have the answer. It's okay to not tie everything up with a nice bow. It's reality. And I think that in a lot of ways we should be infusing more reality into our social media feeds. I think it's kind of what we need right now. We're missing that empathy, and a lot of that empathy is lacking because we're all forcing this idea of curated imperfection. And once we kind of break through that barrier, I think the internet will be a lot less of a flaming dumpster fire on most days. Alright, I'm gonna finish my coffee now. It was so great to chat with you guys. Please leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you guys feel about this topic, or how you've dealt with it in your own personal lives or your online lives, and how you think you're gonna move forward to try to combat these two issues within yourself and then supporting others to do the same. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I post new videos every single week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you get notified every single time I upload, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.